This is actually more about how Union connected to my life. A few years ago, I found myself in a position I had not planned for, and didn't know what to do, and in fact, I would say I was lost. A little background to this problem: my wife and I had planned our retirement, made all our plans, and we wanted to build a house on the farm and move back to the country. Spent a lot of hours doing this, looking plans, houses. We finally settled on a plan and found someone to supply our framing package, and it was coming from Canada. So we'd already made all those plans, but something interfered. There were other plans that I didn't know about. 2 weeks later, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. What can we do? Well, it was found early, only the size of a pinhead, just the size of a pinhead. Feeling like, well, we got this, we can beat this. We found it early, it's small. So we went ahead with our building. The next years were spent building, but also with doctors, radiation, different chemos, declining health. And we had both been involved in church all of our lives. But this also changed during that period. Our church closed. Not something we ever expected or definitely didn't plan on. We're actually able to move into our house, but our health had declined and pain increased. Our bones became like Swiss cheese. Some were broken, some we had to have, quote, cemented back together. During this time, without a church and basically without a minister, we were lost. James was good to visit, and Sam Warner from First Belmont had been visiting. And she asked, "Do you think they can help with my funeral?" It had come time she was thinking of that. I said, "Well, we can ask," and graciously they agreed. So we had ministers for the funeral. The next question was, where was the service going to be? Since all of a sudden we don't have a church. And I felt like a church service was what she should have, really, but she wasn't going to push that. She just said, well, we'll do, a funeral home or something. And then the time came when she passed away. But I wasn't without a church. God's people from Union stepped up. And I know you have heard of stepping up to the plate. Well, that's not enough for people from Union. You hit a home run out of the park. People visited, they brought food, anything we needed. And basically a key to the church. Whatever we needed, whatever we wanted. The women fixed a meal after church, the men brought a meal. It was amazing that even though we weren't members of this church, that you guys did all that for me. These things were so generous and showed so much love to me in a time that I basically didn't know what to do or where to go. I will surely be forever thankful and never forget what the folks of Union have done for me, and you were certainly God's hands and feet and supplied what was needed in a very much time of need. Thank you so much.
In Psalm 90, it says, "Let us sing for joy and be glad in all our days. Let us be glad for as many days as we've been afflicted, for the many years we've seen trouble." And that's the amazing job of the church, to be able to stand in and to lend God's love, his grace, and his help, to be able to find joy, even after times of being afflicted and trouble. So let us stand together and join in reading together Psalm 90, verses 14 to 17. Lord, you satisfy us with your unfailing love in the morning. Let us sing for joy and be glad all our days. Allow us to be glad for the many days as we've been afflicted, for as many years as we have seen trouble. May your gracious deeds be shown to your servants. May your splendor be shown to their children. Lord, may your favor rest upon us. Only you can make the work of our hands last. O Lord, prosper the work of our hands.